Welcome. I'm Allison, your tour guide, and I'm going to take you on a video tour of Congress, the legislative or lawmaking branch of our federal government. What better place to begin our tour than in Washington, D.C., our nation's capital? So let's get going. This is the Capitol building, the home of Congress, and the place where our country's laws are made. Before we go inside and look around, we'd better talk about how Congress and the whole federal government came to be. For that, we have to travel back in time to 1787. Hold on, here we go. This is Independence Hall in Philadelphia. It's called that because this is where, in 1776, the leaders of the 13 colonies declared their independence from Great Britain and King George III. It is also the place where the leaders of the 13 states came in 1787 to write a constitution for the new country. What's a constitution? A constitution is a framework or an outline for a government. The people who came here in 1787 didn't actually plan to write a new constitution. They only wanted to revise the one that was already in place. It was called the Articles of Confederation. A confederation is a very loose association of strong, independent parts. Under the Articles of Confederation, the states, the parts, had most of the power. The central government had very little. But that government wasn't working very well. Why? Well, let's hear what two important leaders of the time have to say. First, James Madison of Virginia.
This government cannot succeed because the Articles of Confederation lack the great principles of a political system. It's merely a treaty of friendship between the various states.
Now let's see what Alexander Hamilton of New York has to say.
The fundamental deficiency with this government is that Congress has no power. Congress must have powers to deal with national problems. And there is no central court system, so when various states have a dispute, there is no place for them to go to work out their differences. The third deficiency, and it is a great one, is that there is no central leader, no chief executive the people can point to as the head of government.
So, a convention was called to meet in Philadelphia in May of 1787 to revise the Articles and make them stronger. Remember, Alexander Hamilton said that the reason the Articles were so weak was that there was no Congress with any power, no national court system, and no central leader? Well, a plan was presented to the convention to deal with those issues. Governor Edmund Randolph of Virginia made the presentation, but it was really the work of James Madison. It was called the Virginia Plan.
The Virginia Plan called for the government to be divided into three departments or branches: the legislative branch, which would enact the laws; the executive branch, which would see that the laws were carried out; and the judicial branch, which would see that justice was done under the law.